Be good. All right. So that seems okay. That's in good shape for now. Put that. Reduce that. Okay. Good. Well, very good. Hey, John. Hey, John.
Hey, how we doing, Charles?
Good. How are you?
All right, not too bad.
Good.
Friday.
Yes. Thank God. Thank God it's Friday.
Yeah. Well, when you're retired, Fridays gets to be another day.
Yeah, I know. I keep telling myself that.
Okay.
I'll get there one day.
Yes.
Yes. In
Don't
about,
rush it. Don't
Yes.
rush it.
in about 2025.
Uh,
So, which is really not all that far away.
Not really.
Yeah, considering how fast everything's gone by
Yes.
a couple of years. So, it's great fun. Bob and I went out yesterday and Eloise was with us, and we did some plein air painting over at Cascade.
Just the three of you?
Well, Brock came out, yeah, as well. He came out in the afternoon. But what a beautiful day. God.
It ended up being very nice, yes.
It was perfect. I mean, it wasn't too hot. We were in there, under the trees with lots of shade and running water and just,
Beautiful.
yeah, just a really nice day. And everybody got a good painting.
Well, hopefully we'll see them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Bob and Eloise both had like really good, strong paintings. Brock, he didn't get quite as far along because he came, fairly late. Yeah, but I ended up doing 2 paintings.
Oh, wow.
I don't often get a chance to do that. So it was kind of nice.
It was a nice day.
It was. Would have been nice to get, more people out, but hey,
Yes.
it worked.
Oh my God, there's Armando. I don't believe it.
Oh, Armando's back. Hi, Armando.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, Armando's back in person. Wow.
Yeah, good
In
morning.
person, yeah.
In person. We don't, we get the real Armando. Wow.
Good or bad.
That's always a good thing. Anytime any of you guys show up, it's great.
Right.
All right.
Hey, Susan, Rebecca, Veronica.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, John?
Good, I'm doing good.
Good.
That's good.
Yeah, Bob's here. All right. Yay. Yeah, he doesn't have his sound turned on yet. Dude, who's calling me? Oh, we know who they are. Yeah, no, thank you. I don't need a mortgage.
The next door lady,
Huh?
the next door lady's calling you.
No. Yeah, there is no lady next door. No, the guy. He was making care. Yeah. All right. Let's see. So what's going on out there in TV land? Everybody doing all right?
Yep, doing all right.
Okay. Did you recover from yesterday, Bob?
Yeah. I was out cutting the grass this morning.
Oh,
And
okay.
it was, I've never had my yard this thick and lush before.
Mhm.
So it took a while. And that's only the front yard.
Yes. Welcome to Georgia's new tropical climate.
Yes, it is. It's getting there.
Yes, we are, or had been rated as a subtropical climate, but now with the changes in weather in the last 10 years, we have become a tropical climate. So, yeah.
I hope you don't cut my head off, if I remove this from here,
Why would you remove it?
put it on my lap,
Man, but it would be better on the board.
in the bowl, okay.
It would. Try it. You like it. Hey, how you doing? Okay. You turn off the music and we'll get started. Back right now. Okay, we should have everybody, not everybody's here. Still missing a lot of faces in the classroom. Okay, well, I hate to do this to you guys, but I'm going to anyway, because it's good for you, okay? We're gonna talk about that dreaded subject that we all love to hate.
Say again, Brandon?
Yes, the dreaded subject we all love to hate is called perspective. Okay? Now, hold that up just in case. Remember those three little boxes?
Yes,
Okay. What are those showing?
perspective.
Yeah, but
Light source,
huh?
the light source,
Well, maybe a light source. What else?
Proportion?
vanishing points,
No, okay. It's the very first thing I always said about perspective. What does perspective do for you in a painting or a drawing?
It shows you where you
establish
are.
the-
There you go, Veronica. Veronica's got an A today. Oh. Say it again. Yes.
It shows you where you are.
Yes, it tells you, the viewer, where you are in relationship to everything else in the picture, right? So, you don't have to ask that question anymore. Where am I in the universe, right? See? If you are an artist and you draw a picture and the perspective is off, you could be confusing someone as to where am I in relationship to the things that I'm seeing, right? That's why perspective is important, all right? If you have a sketchbook, I highly encourage you, write that down,
Yeah, I'm doing that.
okay?
Subject.
Huh?
Say subject.
Well, that's okay, write it on the piece of paper, that you're drawing on today.
Tell me where
Yes, where you are
I am.
in relationship. See, that's the important part. In relationship to everything else in the picture. Okay? Now, this simply demonstrates whether an object is at your eye level, above your eye level, or below your eye level. Okay? You get that? That's why there's 3 boxes. See, the one in the middle is at your eye level. The one above it is above your eye level. And the one below it is obviously below your eye level.
Charles, we can't see the one on bottom.
Well,
Lift it up higher.
well,
There
okay.
you go. Got it. Thank you.
Okay, now can you see the one on the top though?
Yeah.
That's the question. All right. So that's the important thing, all right, about perspective. All right, it's always going to tell you where you are in relationship to the things that you're viewing.
You say now perspective, you say before subject.
I said what?
You say now perspective, and before you say subject. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
No, okay, perspective. Yeah, the reason perspective is important is it tells you where you are in relationship to everything in
Oh, I
the
understood.
picture.
Earlier, I understood subject perspective.
Okay, yeah, we're talking about perspective here today, Armando. Now, okay, perspective, all right? Perspective could be a still life, right? You need it there, right? You're gonna need to know where you are in relationship to the thing you're drawing. You know, if you're at home and you're drawing a coffee cup sitting on your table, you know, you're probably up above the coffee cup, right? And you're going to look into the coffee cup, you're going to see the inside of it, right? But if you raise that coffee cup up to your eye level, then all of a sudden you can't see inside it anymore, can you? Right? Okay. Because that ellipse that you saw on the top of the coffee cup, as you raise it up, will get narrower and narrower until it gets to your eye level, and then it's just a straight line, isn't it? And if you keep raising that coffee cup up above your head, then that straight line at the top of the coffee cup does what? It begins to curve the opposite way. Okay, and you're only really seeing the outside of it, right? So there's all kinds of little situations that you're going to get into that it's really, really necessary to understand this basic perspective. Okay? And I will show you one right now. Yeah, that's the one we want. Okay, can everybody see?
Sure.
Yes.
Yes. Now, how many of you would just love to draw that?
Not the detail.
Green.
Huh?
It's a beautiful picture, beautiful building.
Okay. But think about, okay, you know, think about if you had to draw this, okay, where would your eye level be?
Oh, about level with the altar, I think, in the back.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I'm kind of thinking actually it's going to be a little lower. I'm kind of, yeah, where the railing is right there, going across,
Yeah.
you know, I think your eye level is really kind of right at that railing.
The head is on the way, Charles.
Yes.
This is a little higher, I think.
Yeah, so if I enlarge this, you see where that black rectangle is right there, and then you get the railing to each side of it?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm thinking the top of that is our eye level, or where the photographer's eye level was when he took that picture, okay? Whoever took it. Okay?
But,
Now what-
but as we're looking at it on the screen, it's actually lower for us.
I'm sorry, what?
It's actually lower for us on the screen when we're looking at it.
Lower for you on the screen.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't
The
quite.
eye level is lower.
Well, no, for anybody looking at this, you know, whether you physically had a photo in your hand or whether you're looking at it on the screen, the eye level, you know, our eye level or the photographer's eye level who took this would be really right at the top of that rail. Okay. Now, how can we tell that?
Looking down at it. I don't- Okay.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you how you can tell that now. Okay? If you took a straight edge, like a pencil or a brush, right, and you held it up and you angled it against, say, right there in front of that column, there's a triangle at the top of the doorway, and you just set your brush or your pencil in relationship, you know, lined up with that, you'll notice that it points directly to that altar, okay? And right there about the point where I was telling you. Let's see, if I touch this. Well, okay. All right, everybody see that little hand?
Nope.
No, you can't see
Nope.
the hand, huh? Okay.
No.
I guess that's not translating out there. But you see the little stand in front, sitting out in the middle of the room? And then right at the top of it, well, right above it, at that black point, that black square or rectangle,
Right.
yeah, you see the light edge there? Well, that's kind of our eye level. See, because all of these lines, you know, anything you measure, you know, or line up will basically go to that point. See, doesn't matter, you know, which angle you line it up to, they're all going to go, you know, to that point right there at that altar or below. Okay.
I'm looking down at that. I don't know about the rest of it.
You're looking down at it. I don't understand, Susan. There's no way you can be looking down at this because.
Well,
I'm
my
looking
hand
down
is
at
going down to see
Looking
it.
down
My
at
eyes
the
are going
floor,
down to see those points you're mentioning.
but you're also looking upward too, so you can see
Right.
the arch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If-
the arch I'm looking up, but the little thing in the middle of the floor,
yeah,
and
it's
the black,
Yeah.
I'm looking down to see those.
right. Those are below your eye level.
Right.
That's
Okay.
why I'm saying the eye level is right there at that point where that dark rectangle has that light edge at the top, just below the altar.
Mhm.
All right. So everything below that, yes, you're looking, pardon me, you're looking down at. Everything above that, you're looking up at. Okay, does that make sense?
Okay. Okay.
Anybody out here?
Maybe right.
Okay. So if you drew this picture and then you followed all those angles, like, you know, from those door, the triangles above the doors are good indications, right? All the way back. And then let's say you took along the floor a line from the bleachers, right? The chairs that everybody's sitting in, right? And again, you lined up your brush again, right, with that. Where is that going? Well, that's going really right to that point. So everything here in this photograph is going to, how many points?
Single point.
One,
One.
just one, okay? Which means that this is a,
1 point perspective.
yay, you got it, all right. Okay, it's a 1 point perspective. Okay, yay, team. See? Yes, so this is a perfect example of a 1 point perspective. Okay? Now, there is an optical illusion going on here. Okay? Because this person shot this with a camera, you know, we're not looking at it in our eye. And you'll notice those big columns, right? With the Roman pedestals on the top, okay? What are they doing?
They're kind of slanting in a little bit.
That's right, they're coming in, right? Anybody know why?
It's the camera.
Well, it is camera, but it would happen with your eye as well, because your eye is a rounded lens.
You're looking upward from your eye level.
Right. Now we know that in fact, this pedestal, I mean, these are actually going straight and vertical, okay? But because they're getting further and further above our eye level, what happens when things, yeah, well, yes, and it could be, you could consider this an example of three-point perspective. Okay. Because when you're drawing architecture that's like really extreme like this, then you're gonna see that as buildings get taller and taller, they get smaller and smaller from the base where you're standing. And they look smaller at the top, even though we know, in fact, they are not, okay? But it's that thing of something moving away from your eye, right? Even though it's the same size and it's close to you, when it gets further away, it looks smaller. I would not, okay? I would not, because if I did straighten them out and drew them how I knew they actually were, they wouldn't look right, because I'm not standing up here next to these, I'm standing down here next to the base, right? And it's closer to me than up here, which is why it seems to be diminishing, okay? Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys sound so enthusiastic out there, right? All right, so let's see if I can torture your brains anymore. Come on. It's gonna do this weird. Not gonna let me. Why won't you let me? Come on, I want to get off here. That's right. I gotta reduce you, then I can move it. No? Come on. There we go, yay! Okay, here's another example, okay? Now this is another one of those Gothic or Renaissance buildings, right? And you see another example. Again, is this a 1-point perspective, 2-point perspective? What is it?
3-point.
Could be a 3-point.
It could be, but it really is, for all intents and purposes, it's a 1-point perspective.
Yes.
Okay. Again, our eye level is about here, right along the line of where you see there's a clue, right? Because there are people in the picture, right? And unless you tend to be, a basketball player in the National Basketball League, 7'6", your eye level is probably going to be very close to where these people are at the same time, right? Now, you notice, okay, this is a great illustration that the eye level of these ladies, right, is very close to the same level as the man standing over here. See, his head is just about the same height. The little old lady back here in the background, see her head is relatively close to where theirs is, right? So that means all these people are kind of, what we would consider average size, right? And that our eye level is somewhere close to them, right? Okay, it's not way up here, it's not way down here. It's really right kind of about where they are. Okay. Make sense? Okay. Now, would you guys love to draw that?
Not particularly.
Not particularly.
No,
Come on.
so much detail.
Oh, I mean, you'd have 5 minutes.
Oh, hey.
Thanks.
Who
Hey.
needs more than that?
We
That's
only
right.
need 3.
Yeah. Okay. Now, here you are. And there's another perfect example, okay, of how things, as they get further away from you, they diminish, right?
Charles,
Yes.
this one looks to me more difficult to draw.
All right. Now, who can tell me where your eye level is?
Right in the middle.
Right at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, really? Yeah, right here where these folks are, that's your eye level. So your eye level is really low, right? And you're looking up.
A little bit higher.
Huh?
Maybe our level should be a little bit higher.
No, your eye level is right here. Yeah, yeah.
Why is the difference between people just more on the left side than on the right side?
Well, these people are closer to us. These people are across the street. But notice that their heads, right, are all about the same level, right? So we don't have any NBA players out there running around the street that day. Okay. But if you'll notice, yes, you see all of these angles, right, in this building are really pretty extreme, right? Yeah. Yes, Susan? Susan, you're going to have to speak up.
I think she was on the phone.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, I thought she was talking to us. Anyway, so, when you're drawing architecture, stuff like that, you have to kind of account, for the fact that, we know that this corner and this corner, are basically the same distance away from them, from here to there, right? But this is so much further above where we're standing that it's actually kind of moving back in perspective from us, right? Okay. So these are extreme kind of cases of architecture, yes.
Just how that kind of change because here their heads are at this point,
Mm-hmm.
and here their heads are below. So it's like you're looking down.
No.
to-
What?
Oh, that's Charles' house.
No, that is not my house, thank you.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, no, they're pretty much so, look, they're all pretty much so at the same level.
Oh, here they're half an inch, well,
No,
they're
they're not.
below this line, and here they're right at this line.
Yeah, that line, but that line changes.
Right, if the line changes.
Yeah.
Is it still 1 point?
Well, it's not running perfectly horizontal, is it?
It's going that way.
Right, exactly, but they're not.
Right, so is it still called 1 point perspective?
Yeah, no, this is not a 1 point perspective. This would be a 2 point perspective.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah, yeah, because everything here is going off, everything on this side of the building is running off to a vanishing point way off here to the left. Everything on the lit side of the building is running off way over here to a vanishing point on the right. So that is 2 point perspective. Okay? So this is a 2 point perspective, and you have this extreme exaggeration, in height. So you're going to have to build in the distortion, right, into the drawing to make it look right, because that's how our eye actually kind of sees. So if you make that perfectly straight up and down, right, and you don't have it, diminishing on each end, it's going to look kind of like it's heavy on the top, and it's going to look kind of weird. So don't do that. All right. All right. So let's take it to, okay, reduce. Thank you. Next. This is not my house.
Oh, dear.
That's the one I hope to move into shortly.
That's the one you hope to move into shortly?
I'll tell you what, I'll take my house and I can get it.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, actually, that would actually be a good little house. It needs a little work, a little TLC, but actually they're built pretty well. Okay, so now, is this a 1-point perspective or a 2-point perspective?
2 point.
2, right, okay. And do you have any extreme foreshortening there?
Not particularly.
Not particularly, right? And where would your eye level be on this house?
Oh, golly.
Oh, golly.
About at the top of the porch fence?
No.
No, about halfway up the closest post.
Yeah, if you look right here at the window that's on the side of the house, right? And you look at the cross piece that's about halfway up the window, and you follow that to the next one, right? That line is not quite perfectly horizontal, right? It's a little bit below it. But just above there, that would really, so between that and the next clapboard on the side of the house, that would be where your eye level is. Okay? You look for any kind of horizontal line lining up in here, and that's where your eye level is. That's an easy way to find it on a piece of architecture like this. So your eye level is really kind of about right here. See? Okay. So guess what we're going to do now? You're going to draw this.
Okay.
Wouldn't you rather draw this than the inside of the?
No, this one is easier to draw.
Not
Well,
necessarily.
exactly. Okay. Yes, it is somewhat easier. It's not as mind-boggling, which is why we're going to start off with baby steps, and we're going to draw this first. Okay. All right. So everybody got some paper? Everybody got something to draw with, right?
Yes.
I'm sorry, what?
Why do you need breaks the island? What does it do?
It tells you where you are in relationship to the object you're drawing and all the other objects in there. Okay? So, your eye level, again, is about right here. And if you look, you see, notice when you get back here to the background, it's kind of almost where the ground is, right? Okay, the horizon line. Okay.
Charles, I'm having a problem because when I'm looking at the picture, my eye level is at the top of the house.
Mama.
It's at the
I
top
don't
of the
know.
what?
At the top of the roof.
No, Susan. No, it can't be. Okay. All right, look. Find the line on the side of the house that runs really almost horizontal. Okay? And you'll find that it will be right here next to or just above that front window, right? That halfway point. It's just a little bit higher than that. Not by much.
So it helps,
I-
Susan, it helps to look at the horizon.
Yeah, if you look at the ground on, say, the left-hand side of the picture, and right there where the bottom of the building is, if you come straight across.
Where the grass is.
Yeah. See, that's your horizon line. That's your eye level. Okay. Now, you see I'm referring to it as it's your horizon line. It's your eye level, right? What does it tell you? That they mean the same thing. Okay, the horizon line, if you're standing at a beach and you're looking out in the distance and you're seeing where the water meets the sky, right? That point out there on the horizon line is at the same height as your eye.
Okay, so what I'm seeing when I look at the picture isn't real. I
What
have
do you mean?
to find the horizon line, and then that's my eye level.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't quite get why you would think that the top of the roof is your eye level, because what is the top of the roof doing?
Nothing. It's just sitting there. But
No. I mean, it's from there. You've got a peak of you know, you've got those two angles, right, moving down, right?
Yeah.
And
Right.
you can see up under it, right? Which tells
Right.
you that it's above your eye level. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to see up under it.
Okay,
And-
so it's not what I'm looking at in this pic, you know, it's not like I'm looking straight at the picture and what I'm seeing at eye level is not the real eye level. That's what you're telling me.
Not-
It's okay.
No, it's not. I mean, you need to understand it, okay? Your eye level, you know, when you're looking at a landscape, is going to be where more or less, unless there's big mountains in the way, you know, more or less where the land and the sky meet. So the beach is the best example because there's nothing in between you and the horizon line, right? It gets a little more confusing when you're in a situation like this and you got trees and houses and stuff. It covers up that horizon line, right, or your eye level. But in this case, you can use what's in the photo, which is where the grass and that building meet over here to the far left. You can use that as sort of a guide to tell you kind of where your eye level is. Yeah. And it really is, you know, like right there around that middle part of that window.
Okay, okay, I'm just not gonna look, I mean, I'm gonna,
It's okay. We will work on this more. Okay. This will not be the first time that this is presented to you. All right, so I'm going to give you guys about 10 minutes to draw this. Okay. I'm not looking for a lot of detail. Okay. Mainly, just try to get the angles and the general proportion of the building. Okay. Is that too much to ask? I don't know.
What did you say?
I want you to get the angles and the general proportions of the building. Okay. Yeah, it could be a very simple drawing. It doesn't have to, you know, you don't need all the detail and stuff like that. It's just get the basics. And while you're at it, figure out which side is in light and which side is in shadow. And indicate that with a little bit of value or tone. Okay? All right. So you got 10 minutes. Get me out of the way. There we go. Okay. How'd everybody do with that?
Not enough time.
Say what?
Yeah, Randy.
Not enough time.
Not enough time? You need like 5 more minutes?
I need about 15 more minutes.
All right. Well, I wonder if I gave you 5, you think you could get a little further?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
further.
that'll help.
Okay, all right. Fine, I'll give you another 5 minutes.
Thank you, sir.
All right, not a problem. See, I'm not unusually cruel.
Since when?
Huh? Since when?
Since when?
Well, maybe this morning.
All right.
Maybe I'm in a good mood.
The bumper look
All
better.
right.
Uh-huh. So you got 5 more minutes. Okay. Now, one thing might be a little bit off. It looks like a house. It feels like a house. Yeah. Yeah. It's fun. Okay. That's the idea. Looks like a house. Okay. Yeah, some more cold. Now. Here. See this shape, like right in there? Well, yeah, actually, no, you don't. You really don't see. Yeah, you don't see it from over there. Okay. Yeah, you really don't. You just see it. Yeah. Yeah.
Previous slide, it said very simple, I wanted to emphasize 3 points.
But this is
Was it your runner-up?
no. This is not my turn. Now, this was actually stock for Purpose Cafe and several angles. Yeah, that's it. Not usable.
You don't see the back of the roof.
No, you don't. This. Yeah, and then, but, this line. Really close. Okay.
Oh, no, mine's pretty bad.
Huh?
Mine's pretty bad. I got all mixed up.
Okay. But right here. The angle of the side.
put all that there.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Because,
So, so if you were to base that?
Yeah.
How would you-
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
yeah, you don't see.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yes. I mean, there is
I mean-
there, but it's not like that.
I didn't see that. And then this one.
Well, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Because this is. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Wait, you're worried about this. You can't worry about the detail. Yeah, yeah, it's just different. Yeah. Right. Let me go turn off the alarm. Right. Yeah. That's a little bit. But it does that. It does change things. It's not quite. It's almost the same.
There's a tendency to put this angle as a 45-degree angle.
Yeah. It is not a 45 degree. It's more like about. All right, everybody better now?
Thank you.
All right. Okay. So now, guess what we're going to do? I'm going back to torturing you again. All right. So now, what would you do if you had to draw these?
Okay, well, let's see.
Go have a drink first.
Good solution. Okay.
Maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah, I would recommend though, if you're going to drink something, that you make it coffee so that you'll be wide awake. Okay. All right. You know, I promise, John, you won't feel you really won't feel the pain in this one as much as you think you will.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay. All right. So here, let me see if I can do better. Sharing, no, I guess not. Okay. Hang on one sec. There you are. Okay. I'm going to reduce you guys. I know you hate it when I do that, but I'm going to. I'm going to make you smaller. Keep that right there. Come on, can we make it little? Yay. We're not going to cover up quite so much. All right, then I can take this and I can go. Well, I didn't want to do that. All right, can you guys see anything?
No, I see your class.
No, you see the class. Okay, so I need to exit. Come on, how do I exit full screen? No. I hate this TV. Are you guys there?
We see
Yeah.
a picture of you.
Yeah. I just have to find you.
Yes,
We
Okay.
don't see you.
Yeah. Hang on. Yeah, I gotta find some way to get out of this. How do we do that? All right. maybe that. Nope. That ain't doing it. Okay, frustration. Sabrina. All right. Huh. All right. I may have to call in the reinforcements here.
Oh,
Ah. Hmm. Okay, how do I reduce sugar? No, that's going to minimize the whole screen. We don't want to do that. Hmm. What fun, you know? See, I'm stuck in here and I can't seem to get this thing to open up again. How come? Yeah. All right, let's see. Return.
hey, I see class, making progress.
Yes.
Y'all are getting a awful head start on us, the ones that are drawing already. Um, oh, okay. This is a different picture.
That's it.
Okay.
So Yeah, so I'll tell you what, I'll give you guys 50, I'll give you 20 minutes. Okay? You're all. Now again, you don't need a lot of detail. Get the general concept of the angles and the, the steps and how they get smaller as they get further away from you. Okay. While you do that, I'm going to go find Sabrina.
We just throw the status.
Very first thing I would where am I? Where? That. Fine. And if I'm looking at the part of that is or the middle. Yeah. Going up. There's a part on that. And there's a very top, right? Six right. And then this side. Here, home. So that's that first. Back here. Here. Yeah. Yeah, always trying to figure out. And then figure out or do that. Three. One, two. Yeah, well, if we need to get out.
This one is getting more difficult for me to do. More difficult.
Well, you got the general idea, other than, okay, if you measure on that upset.
That can be, wow, the job you do.
Well, that would be a little bit, yeah. Yeah, right at the bottom. Got it right, then. You know, you're right. Gotta be right. In your eye level. Not too bad. That's concept. Don't have a no.
I was ready.
Um, okay. Yeah. If you had a head or any kind of fit, you can pick them. You put it on that block it. You're not too bad. Okay, on that last year. Yeah. Yeah. Then, yeah. So what? These angles are actually pretty good. This one, feel a little bit short. Back here. Yeah. This one. Right.
Almost.
Yeah, and you can send it on, you don't have to. Maybe. All right. So, maybe the corner of it, that's that back corner. Then what do we do? We come forward. And then drop it. And flatten it out a little bit. Almost. And again, that's right. So if we were going to connect it together.
So I have this.
So landing. But again, right. Here. Then get a little more phase. Then you give it. Right? And that pose, it does line up. Yeah, really lines up really right with the bottom corner step. So in a good place. Right? Can't go. Go on, yeah. Right? Include with the three little steps. Like here, until you get to this area. You do the flat area. And then your step. Like 4. Right? Step 1. Step 4. Step down. Okay. But then having some administrator, both major and technically, I used to. Yeah.
We don't see it.
What do we do? A little bit. Go right there. Yeah. Do that. Okay. Right. There you go. Right. All these are going to be like that.
Oh, okay.
straight up here. And then that's good. Great.
Then go down.
Yeah. More of an angle. There. If I go straight up. Funny how, where is this in relationship to? When you start to watch it, big. It's like, the figure is balanced. You know, where is that in relationship to the figure? Where is that? That's really all you're trying to do, trying to find the side, and also. You guys are gonna take. No, you got a whole garden.
Oh, yeah. I better than mine, Barbara.
I worked at it, you worked at it, we'll get there.
How much longer we got? Have a whole minute. One more minute. We missed you yesterday, Barbara.
That's one.
It was great.
You go where you going yesterday?
Went to Cascade Spring and went to the waterfall and did it again.
I could have gotten lost with the Cascade, with the greatest things.
Yeah. You know, I found that actually if I leave my front door and I go to South Top Drive,
I didn't go because I had curb road, I can't drive up there.
okay,
That's where you have a closed location and then can't participate.
okay. But if I leave my front door, go to South Top Drive, make a right on South Top, and I just stay on that road. And every intersection I go, I just go straight across. It'll take me right to the front gate Oh, that part.
Yeah. Fantastic. Now all I have to do is figure out how to get South Cat.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
That same problem. It's possible.
Well, you know, Google will get there.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, but you have to watch Google, but Google sometimes takes you from the zone.
okay, everybody. We have great fun with that.
That was great. That was wonderful.
There you go. Sarcasm is the best.
No, I'm pissed.
Okay, so look. All right. Now, the reason that I had you do that, right, because there were a lot of what we would call inclined angles.
Yes.
Guess where else inclined angles happen?
All over Atlanta.
Well, yes, all over Atlanta, they do, in fact. Yes. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. That's not what we wanted.
That picture looks to me like a single bar.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to reduce you guys just for a minute. Oh, cannot minimize and zoom. Okay. All right. Gee. Oh my God. All right. Here we go. Okay. So we don't want architecture anymore. Now we want some figures.
Can we take a break for a minute?
Yes, if you need to take 5 minutes while I get this set up, that would be fine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody want to go take a 5-minute break here while I go get the next image?
Charles,
Yes.
can Toby give me her phone number? Please, this is Avital. Toby,
Yeah.
Yes,
can you give me your phone number, please?
yes. 404
Yes,
520
yes.
0721.
Very good. 520-0721. I'll call you within the day later.
That's great. Thank you,
Thank you.
Avital.
Thank you, Charles. Thank you.
All right. Not a problem.
Oh, that is brilliant.
I had to really think about those angles and those steps. It took me a few minutes for my brain to register, you know, the angles to get it to look like a step.
Yes.
So
I know.
so far I only have the bottom steps,
Oh, okay.
which is great because at first I was like, okay, how am I gonna do this? And then I had to visualize if I was using my foot to go up the steps, how would that look?
Yeah. So you have one set of steps.
And I have a rough part of the second one, so I have to register as it turns and goes away.
Yeah. Yeah, and it turns twice. So it
Yes,
goes up a couple of steps, hits a land, and then
and
goes.
then it goes left.
Yep.
So I have it roughed in, but that's gonna take a little time for my brain to get the angle so it looks like a step.
Mhm.
Because at this time it's flat.
Yeah. Yep.
And to fill in the different values to make it also move back and then come forward at the same time.
Yes, I know. Things like that are great fun, and they will tease your brain.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. And really, what it all comes down to is just working on your observation skills. You know,
Okay.
really being able to look and figure out where is part of this in relationship to the other one, you know, and lining them up so that you can see them. All right, come on. Why not? All right, that's what I want. Okay. I'm gonna do a little drawing while we're talking here and waiting for everybody to come back.
Ran into an interesting little Facebook thing this morning.
Yeah.
It's a guy by the name of Matt Smith, and
Okay.
he reinforced pretty much everything that you talk about in values, which was good for me. Just maybe a different verbalization of basically what you've been talking about, and he has 5 things that he to keep your work achieving convincing values. It's real interesting. One is select a motif that clearly displays solid value shifts.
I'm sorry, say that again because you were breaking up.
Oh, select a motif that clearly displays solid value shifts.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then limit your values to 4 or less.
Mm-hmm.
And then start your painting by establishing the darks first. Harmonize your values just as you harmonize your colors.
Mm-hmm.
And watch the small dark values. And I mean, basically, it's kind of the same thing that you talk about, but just stated differently.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Same rules apply to everybody. So. You know.
Yes.
The one that's,
Are we going to draw this young lady?
Not exactly.
Okay.
I'm going to use her to demonstrate drawing planes and surfaces in perspective.
404.
But she's a good example of what I want to talk about next.
Good foreshortening.
So if you had to describe her, Bob, how would you describe her?
Well, she was in a position of foreshortening for sure.
Ah, yes, that word, foreshortening. Yes.
Her legs and knees are the closest to us, which would be the largest, and her head would be very small,
Right.
the furthest part away from us.
Yes.
So gives that perspective of the way she's laying, the way she's facing the viewer.
Right. Okay. Yeah, people, you know, pull their hair out about stuff like this, you know, but it's like if you begin to get sort of an idea of what's going on up there and you understand, you know, simple planes and plane changes, you know, it all becomes considerably easier. So we're going to try to make it easier for you guys next time you draw a figure like this. And we are going to be doing a drawing of a figure, a very long one, actually. Okay. Okay. All right. Are we all back? I think so. Okay.
Yeah, physically and mentally.
Physically and mentally. That's good. Okay. Yeah, if you're not back here mentally, that doesn't do us a lot of good. Okay, so we're going to look at an image. Okay. And it is a female figure. Okay. Can anybody describe to me what she's doing?
Reclining on a towel, under a pillow,
Okay.
over a pillow.
Yeah. Well, I think the first word would suffice. Reclining. Right? So she's not standing straight up and down. Okay. And the fact is, if you look very carefully, what's the closest part of her body to us?
Her knees.
Right. Okay. And look at the relationship, the size of her knee, right? This one knee to her head. Okay. Now, do you think that your knee is as big as your head?
No.
But in this case, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Can anybody just kind of explain to me why? Why are we seeing it this way? I'm sorry, what?
He's closer to the
Right. Yes. Yes. The knees are much closer to us, and the head is much further away. Right. And in trying to draw this, a lot of people would have a very difficult time with that, right? Because it doesn't look like your standard figure, right? You kind of don't really see the rib cage, do you? Kind of, but it's like, it doesn't look right. It's not the way we're used to seeing it, right? We can't see her shoulders, right? Because it's all back behind her chest, right? In her rib cage. And then, it's like her hips, see? Again, if you look at the width of the hip and the width of the shoulder, are pretty close, right? The shoulders are a little bit smaller, but not by much. And so everything seems to be a little bit out of whack. So how would you actually draw it?
Just the way it is.
That's the way it is.
That's what makes sense.
Yeah. Well, you could measure carefully, right? And you could probably copy that, right? But a better way, since we're talking about perspectives, is understand, that figure can be broken down into simple rectilinear shapes, right? Rectangle, box, right? So, like for example, see, draw a box to the head. What do we see? We see a side plane and a front plane. You see a front plane, side plane. You see underneath the neck of the chin, okay? And I'll hold this up for you guys too. Well, you can't see it unless okay. All right, we'll just have to remember her. Okay, can you guys see this?
Yes.
Okay, so what I did is I took that whole figure and I basically broke it down into boxes, right? Just simplified it all into what we would call rectilinear shapes, right? And so, for the leg, see, it's got a top plane and a side plane. Same thing here, side plane, top plane. See? Side plane, top plane. And so you can take the human figure and you can break it down. And, if you don't really understand it well, you can break it down into just really simplified shapes like that. Okay? And by doing so, you begin to get an understanding of the angles and how the foreshortening, how that box is coming towards you. and why it looks bigger on one end than it does on the other. Okay? And we'll be doing more of this. Okay? But that's a good tool, you know, if you're drawing a figure and it's really distorted and the perspective is really extreme, do this first, right? And you can do it lightly. And then you can put your final drawing on top of it or over it.
Where did you start? Did you start with the knee?
I actually started with the head.
Start with the head.
Yeah. Yeah, which is why I didn't get the feet on. You know, I probably should have.
I saw you mentioned that the speaker that the display that you have is
About the same size. So, okay.
Would you hold your, would you hold yours up again, Charles, please?
Does that help?
Yes, thank you.
Picture. Hold on. I want to take a picture. Just a second. Oh, where's my camera? Hold on. Dang.
Not going anywhere.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Okay. All right. And you can do that with anything. You can do, you know, now a human figure is pretty complicated, right? But you can do that with a building. You can do it with a tree. You can do it with, you know, a whole landscape. You know, break it down into simple planes and circles. Okay? Because in the end, that's what you're drawing and painting, are those planes and circles. Now, we are going to, let's see. Let me get the right image up. Okay, and that's not it. We're going to do about, oh, have we got 45 minutes? I don't know.
No, we've got about a half hour left.
Yeah, we got about a half hour. So we are going to do a half-hour drawing. Come on. Open, please. Come on. There we go. All right. Screen share. To her. So you got a half hour. There you go. Okay. So, 30 minutes.
We're gonna draw her or the guitar.
Both. The idea is to draw her holding the guitar. Because that's what she's doing, right? And besides, you know, you might decide to go out to dinner one night and they might have somebody playing the guitar. You might want to do a quick sketch of them. You might have to figure out how to do that.
And if she looked to me like if she had name, expensive.
Well, you don't have to take her to dinner. Okay? You know, it doesn't cost any more in the drawing class to draw her. So. Or whatever that is. But when I say draw her, one of the things you might think about is, okay, if I'm drawing her head, how many planes am I seeing? Right? Anybody answer that question? Yeah, you're seeing the front plane, the facial plane, and you're seeing the side plane. And where does that change? Kind of right about in here, right? See, that becomes the side of the head. This is all the front of the face, right? Same thing with her arm, right? It's got a top and it's got a front and a top there. And you could break that into, you know, those two planes. At first, just to simplify it. Before you get into trying to put in too much
Oh, that's, yeah. It's ready.
Got the idea. Anybody looking at that? No, I agree. I think so. But we're not doing it. Just trying to. Yeah. But the man. Yes. So, so, yeah, that's good. Okay. So, okay. Yes. Yeah. Now, once I get now I know.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So, yeah, starting with that. Okay, everybody. All right. Yeah, thank you all for coming. Okay. And let's see, how many of you? Oh, 7 of us. No. All right. Anyway, how'd you guys do with that drawing?
Good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Bye. Have a great weekend.
All right,
See you
everybody.
later, Armando.
All right. Take care.
See you on Monday.
Yep.
Bye-bye.